Cyclist deaths on roads are 5 times less likely if road speeds are reduced, according to a Christchurch-based traffic expert.
A big effect it has is on the likelihood and severity of crashes, and this particularly shows up with more vulnerable users like pedestrians and cyclists, for example. If you go from, say, 40 k's to 50 k's, you typically double the risk of injuries or severe injuries. If you go from 30 to 50, it's about 5 times the risk.
He says Christchurch commuters have to get used to sharing the road with multiple forms of transport.
So if you are looking at an arterial road, then it's an appropriate thing to get the feedback from those who are driving along. But a lot of these other areas, effectively drivers are guests in those places, and they have to understand that. It's a bit like driving your driveway. You don't zoom down your driveway because you know there's people about.
He wants to target suburban shopping streets, suburban residential areas and around schools.
There's a lot of other parts of the network that are more about places in their own right. They're where people live, they're where people shop and work. And they're not really for people trying to shoot through and get a shortcut. So those places, we should be making sure it's safe for people to use them, the places in that area, not for the cars to get through from A to B as quickly as possible.
Corey likens cyclist advocates to Muslim terrorists, saying the stigma needs to stop.
You always remember the few that perhaps caused you upset, the terrorist who blows something up, the cyclist who does something illegal in front of you and so forth. But most people, that's not the case.
And one city councillor and avid cyclist agrees.
If we look at particular places where in fact there's a history of traffic crashes, and people know that there are some set areas where in fact it's very important to take particular care, and therefore there's good reason to bring in a 30-kilometre limit.
New Zealand saw 10 cyclist deaths on roads last year alone, with 158 serious injuries, the highest in 5 years. 65% of these were of no fault of the cyclist.
I think it's really important to get it right, and I think it is realistic though in that the evidence is that having cars and trucks going slower means that there are fewer accidents and fewer people being injured and fewer deaths on our roads.
And Clearwater is confident the council will take this speed change proposal seriously.
We've known for quite a long time that, that saying, speed kills, and also that the faster people drive, and we drive, the more likely, one, you'd have an accident, and two, that there's to be injury or serious injury. So we've known that, but I think having a refresh on what the recent research is will really focus our minds as a council, and I think it should focus our minds as a community.
The issue is to be discussed at council this Thursday. Chelsea Daniels, CTV News.